In this video segment, we're going to set up a new prime contract. That includes setting up the cost codes, the budgets, the schedule of values, and so on. There's several ways to do this. There's several videos that'll cover those different ways. In this video, we're going to show you how to set up a new contract manually. To do that, we're going to go to our projects. I'm going to select a project that I've already set up, and that's covered in a separate training video. I'm going to go down to Contract Admin, and I'm going to go to the Start Now. This is a Contract Admin Setup Wizard. It has several methods. We're going to go through this wizard and set up a prime contract manually. So we'll click Start Now. I'm going to select the customer and the contact. Click Next. I'm going to use the last method, so I'm going to select Master Cost Codes from the Master Cost Code list and enter all the amounts manually. I'm going to click Next again. Now I'm going to select the project manager for my company. We'll select the work subject. This is demo and replace concrete sidewalks. I could use any of the 4 contract types. I'm going to use fixed lump sum for this example. I'm going to give it a start date, a status, and a status date. Notice that the status date cannot be before the issue date, but the status date does need to be before most cost transactions. Click Save and Next. Now I'm going to select my master cost code list. This was imported into my global settings in a previous video. Then we're going to click the code level. We're going to use major, that's 2 tiers, and we're only going to need 4 line items. We've got the project coordination. We're going to jump down here and pick up the demolition. And then from the concrete section, we need the cast in place concrete and concrete forming. Next, I'm going to go back and add the cost budgets. The cost budgets are the first 7 columns from material cost, labor burden cost, equipment burden cost, subcontract, and other. The last column is the revenue budget. So that will be the contract amount when we're done. Under project coordination, since we're using our own labor for that, we're going to put in a labor budget and burden. Burden is not required, it is an option. Over here, I'm also going to add the revenue budget. So we're basically going to charge the customer $7,700 for that work. Next, I'm going down to demolition. We're also providing the labor for that, so I'm going to add the labor and the burden. And then over in the far right-hand column under contract amount, we're going to add the amount we're charged the customer. We'll do another one for the concrete forming, and we're going to subcontract that. So we go over to the subcontract column. We'll put in the amount we plan to pay the subcontractor. And one more line, the cast in place concrete, we're also going to subcontract. We're going to pay the subcontractor $3,800, and we're going to end up invoicing the customer $4,750. And click Finish. Now if you need to edit any of the information you just entered, from the prime contract information page, scroll down to the original prime contract budgets and open the contract amount. You can click Edit. You can make changes. Since this is a project-specific job cost code, I can alter the description, change the dollar amounts, the cost codes, or add tax codes. I'm going to click Save there. I could do the same thing with the cost budget. Just clicking Edit and editing. I can also import more cost codes if I need to. I'm also going to enter the labor hour budget because that wasn't entered on the wizard that we just created. So let's just go in and add the hours that we budgeted. So for the first one, we budgeted 160. And for the demolition, entered 80. And since it's subcontracted, we're not going to add hours. It's not labor for the subcontract. Click Save. And back to the contract. So we can see the total contract value, the cost budget and summary, and the projected gross profit. There's also a breakdown of the cost budget by cost resource or cost type. We could also enter equipment hour budgets if we choose. If you'd like to know more about this method, we suggest you go to the help articles, to leads and projects, to contract administration, and prime contracts.